move forward, but we're seeing a sensor tower going on, so that's a nice little usage right there. He will get a lot of information about this muta harass, which will be very crucial. So you can see the mutas right now trying to rebuild this supply depot to keep an eye on his rear door right now. But RedArchon is just so far behind, and despite the fact he has those mules to try and get him back in the game, he is up against this gold expansion now. And if we just look at the resource going on right here, and I've forgotten the ink the hotkey because I haven't cast in so long, but no, we are seeing similar food but very, very different incomes, as even though Adro has just thrown away a lot of units, he's just got this gold online now, decent saturation, coming up with massive amounts of roaches and zerglings and banelings right now, even bringing in infestors. I feel that Adro should not wait for too long, because we are seeing this command center coming down. I'd expect to see that become a planetary fortress very, very early on in the piece, because right now RedArchon is just in a bad position. He's just forced to be defensive, trying to constantly defend this muta harass that Adro has been carrying on for ages and ages with. Got another base here. Adro is 5th, which is pulling some zerglings too, so he just wants to be a complete and utter macro monster right now, taking the entire map, taking his time. And I'm actually a fan of this strategy in a lot of instances, especially when you are so far ahead, you can just take the map. But I don't agree with allowing this to become a planetary fortress, basically uncontested. This is going to be a little bit tough to deal with. He does have a huge amount of banelings, and if this was the Korean server, I would expect to see 20 banelings going into that planetary fortress. Seeing another complication right now. Tank's better position in time to take the banelings out. This is so many and lots of roaches. Much better micro from RedArchon. Banelings finally go down. Roaches are able to sweep out the northern position while the force is mopped up by the Thors and the Marine Marauder. Here we are seeing these infestors. Going to lose one very cheaply. Bit of a miscue there by Adro as he pulls his main force back from these highly damaged Marine Marauders. So better execution there from RedArchon. He was much better against those banelings, but both players losing a lot of their standing army right there, but RedArchon has to be a little bit happy with that. I would expect to see him come up to this Delnaga and nest his tank up on the top. That's a little bit of a better position, but he's obviously still very concerned about those banelings. But the planetary fortress is online right now. He's got his gold mining happening, bringing on both the refineries. So not sure why Adro is still waiting so long, and these roaches have no upgrades right now. So as we get later and later with these 2-2 Marine Marauder balls, I mean, he's going to have a lot of problems dealing with them, especially with 0-0 roaches and investing so heavily into 0-0 roaches. No upgrades on his mutalist either, so he really needs to do some damage, and do some damage now. It's a little bit of an annoying spot for him, but there's a huge nest of roaches, lots of splash damage going off, but finally we see some fungal, finally some usage from those infestors, and this Thor is going to go down. No SC Rooster Affair. Beautiful fungals coming off on this line of Marine Marauders. High ground for the roaches. Do not have that +1 upgrade that they get, +1 range upgrade that they get from the latest patch. So if that was the latest patch, that would have been all she wrote in that engagement. But the Marine Marauders still too strong. So got to remember they're 2-2 against 0-0, which is an absolutely massive difference right now. Which is very interesting situation for Adro. He's getting his greatest fire online right now, while still having no upgrades on any of his units. He has the speed, and he has the advancements that actually make your units do different stuff, but in terms of attack upgrades, nothing. We see a sneaky little poking there by RedArchon, just trying to slow down Adro's macro as much as possible, and Adro is banking a huge amount surplus of minerals. It's just gas that's costing him right now, while RedArchon is just spending much more effectively. He's got his production set up much nicer, huge amount of rucks, all rallied to the same place, that forward position, basically defending the sensor tower and allowing him to be a lot more comfortable about this muta harassment, burning a scan to try and get some information on the positioning of Adro's army right now. But we are finally seeing RedArchon moving out. Lots of Thors leading the charge. They'll soak the damage from those banelings so well. Going to lose that. No chance to even cancel it. So looking like this base may go down. I don't know if this huge amount of roaches is going to be so good, especially with so many marauders doing so much damage to those roaches. Looking like Adro is just going to engage anyway. Beautiful fumbles going on this line of Marine Marauders, and leading the charges is Rubik. And lots of roaches being shredded though. The Marine Marauders doing so much damage to those roaches. Nice Neural Parasite going there off there on the floor, but it's just not too much, not enough. He's going to lose his base and have to fall back. Adro, I believe, has waited too long and blown his window wide open. He's got to be stealing a lot more custom to RedArchon, but then there is Brood Lords on the way, and they're almost going to be a little bit too late, because I don't think he's going to be able to save this gold expansion, even if their Brood Lords come online and are able to stop this army. I just think it might be too little too late. Brood Lords still morphing, this gold expansion is going to go down, and so are all of his own. Adro, who is so far in front, sacrificing peace infestors too late. If he had to put those infestors in a little bit earlier, would have ended up much better, morphing in more Brood Lords. But right now, RedArchon has to be feeling really, really good. He's going to have to basically snipe these 3 Brood Lords. Zergling's coming down a little bit too early there, but it is containing the Marine Marauders to get the Brood Lords off. But the Broodlings aren't going to be enough, and Adro's GG's out, and that was a totally epic Game 1. I feel that Adro played really well, but he just didn't capitalize. He should not have let RedArchon get this crucial planetary fortress up on the northern expansion, because that let RedArchon just back into the game, and he got his production going, and his execution was just too good. So a little bit of a slip there by Adro, and I also feel that he fell behind in the upgrades, but it was a really good game, and this is best of 3, so we go to Game 2. So really excited for what Adro is going to throw at RedArchon this time.